Saw these videos about these kids like 12, 13 years old going to prison for the rest of their lives, 96 years, 100 years life, you know. Now, I understand that they're young, and I understand that they committed a heinous crime, okay? And that does deserve punishment, okay? But at the same time, these children, their brains aren't fully developed. It's almost like throwing a retarded person in prison because he did something, because he doesn't know any better. Yes, they probably knew right from wrong, but their concept of it isn't as fully developed as our concepts of it. You know what I mean? Because their brains aren't fully developed. They're only 12, 13 years old. A person's brain technically isn't fully developed until they're around 23 to 25 years old. So, but it's mostly taken care of. It's mostly grown and everything by the time you're 18. So, that's a legal age to go to prison. You should know better at that age, all right? So if you commit a crime, you know, hey, life in prison, you earned it. But if you're just 12 years old and you do something, you know, a 12-year-old commits a crime and their brains technically are far from fully developed. I mean, they still got at least a decade until their brain is fully developed. Then I think it should be some kind of child prison, and they actually give them some kind of schooling, rehab, all this stuff. Now, unless they do this stuff now, but I've never heard anything about it. But once they are up in their mid-20s or so and they've done at least 10, 15 years, whatever, then they could have some kind of a demonstration period, you know, like a probation period, and see how they operate. Give them a psych evaluation to see how well they've developed, how their mental status is and all of that, and give them a chance. I mean, I hate to say this because it could risk someone else's life. Like if it really doesn't work and somebody gets out and they kill someone else, that's somebody's life that's down the drain, you know, because you tried to give these people a chance, you know. But in some cases, I believe some people do deserve a second chance. Not in all cases, but in some cases, especially when it comes to 12-year-olds. Find out what the circumstances are. Like this one kid shot his dad in the head, you know. Find out what the circumstances were. If his father was abusive and beating him, he probably thought in his 12-year-old mind that he has to protect his family. So there are circumstances. So at least dig a little bit, try a little bit, because used to, it wasn't this bad. I mean, nowadays they literally will try a child as an adult, throw them in a damn penitentiary, and literally let this this innocent child, or mainly this child that was confused, turn into a psychotic sociopath, you know? So I think something else, or there could be some alternatives done in this situation.